Truman Show was an occult story made by Freemasons about a Freemason's ascension into enlightenment. Follow me down this rabbit hole. Now, Truman's awakening begins when a star Sirius falls from the sky between two pillars. You have the dome, you have the staircase, the all-seeing eye, and the grand architect. Richard Luke Rothschild was a co-producer of The Truman Show, Freemason. Now, this clip shows Truman finding Sirius between two pillars right here. This Masonic symbolism 101, the pillars, the staircase, Sirius, the morning star. The blazing star Sirius derives from Egyptian symbolism, which was the source of life and spiritual regeneration. This is when Truman's awakening begins. He receives enlightenment from Sirius and starts to question his reality. In order to fully understand the symbolism here, you first need to understand Gnosticism. Now, in Gnostic cosmology, the material world isn't created by the true God. Instead, it is a prison created by a false deity. Now, in The Truman Show, this deity is Christoph, or Christ of, the grand architect. Now, going back to Gnosticism, this is a prison created by a false deity called the Demiurge. And according to this belief, the Demiurge traps divine souls in matter and keeps them ignorant through deception and control, something that we see today. It keeps people trapped by believing in false deities and gods, essentially in a fabricated dome world, just like Truman. Truman represents the divine spark, or a divine soul trapped in matter. Sylvia is the one that breaks all the rules in The Truman Show and helps him wake up. Another version of Morpheus in the Matrix, if you will. Tells Truman that his life is a staged television show, and then the producers remove her, and then she still helps him from the outside. And of course, you have Truman's best friend Marlin, who appears with alcohol every time Truman tries to question his reality. Going back to Gnosticism, the archons who control this world, the false gods, they use alcohol and other distractions to keep souls trapped in this reality. And we need to understand that Truman's journey to break through the dome is the journey from illusion all the way to reality. They also programmed Truman with fear of water after staging his father's death and drowning, so he would never journey across the water to get to the edge of the dome. This was created to keep him imprisoned. What he must do to escape is journey across the water to relinquish his greatest fear. Then had to sail into Christoph's storm, experiencing the drowning he was programmed to fear, which is symbolic of death and rebirth. This right here is my favorite part. He reaches the end and you see 16 steps here. It's as above, so below. You can see the 16 steps reflected in the water, which equals 32 steps. Then Truman takes his iconic 33rd step out of the illusionary world, breaking the simulation and the matrix and reaching enlightenment. This is a classic example of how they tell you the truth in plain sight. Truman Show is much deeper and much more occult than most people realize. If you learned something here, make sure to follow, like, share, and stay tuned for more. Peace and love.